Hello, Holistretch fam. Welcome to this video. This is an assisted stretch video on the ground. So if you have a client who wants to receive a stretch from you, bodywork from you, but you don't have a massage table, here are some tips and tricks in order to stretch somebody on the ground. I am certified in Thai massage and Thai stretching as well, so there will be elements to this. And also you will see some passive stretch moves that you can do on the ground. We're going to be focusing mostly on the lower body. Please subscribe to the channel before we begin, and then let's dive right in. We're going to start, as we always do, with palpations. We want to have the client starting on their back. We go ahead and massage the quads. The quads are one of the largest muscles in the body, and there are really like the gatekeepers for the low back in some ways. When we relax the quads and really massage them, then the low back can just relax and release. So quads are super important and definitely not to be skipped out on. I'm going to show you how to do a sit. So basically, we're going to do a compression on the quads using our own body weight by sliding the quad in between our legs. So we're going to go ahead and bring the calves underneath their thigh and then sitting right on top of the quad. Now, you definitely want to check in with your client on this one because you want to get the right angle. You really want this to feel good, like a really tight compression, and not like it hurts. I do a little bit of a gentle rock just to go deeper into the muscle here in the quad, and always being mindful of the body position. So sometimes it can be a little bit of pressure on your calves. So you want to find the right angle just so they get a perfect massage on their quad, and you also get a good massage on your calves. When we're finished with that, we can start to explore the tension in the hamstrings. As we apply pressure, we can begin to rock into various angles just to notice where the tension is in their hamstring. And then we can bring the leg out and start to work our way towards the inside of their thigh. So now we're going to work on the adductor by doing a sitting pose. So same thing we did on the outside. This time you bring their thigh to the inside of your legs, but on the other side. So checking in with your partner, making sure this feels good for them. Right now you're sitting on their adductors. As we're sitting, being mindful of your posture, making sure your spine is straight, and making sure that you're not in pain either, that you feel good in your body and they feel good in theirs. Very good. We'll go ahead and pull ourselves out of that, and we're going to bring the foot to your outer hip. This is a really nice one. It's so easy to do on the floor because your body is fairly relaxed. You just bring their foot or their heel to your hip, and then from here you have total control. You can just move the hip over towards their shoulder for them to get a deeper stretch on the adductor. And you can use their hands to palpate their quad. After you've done this position, we'll go ahead and move our body to the lateral edge of their left foot and lift the foot straight to open up the hamstring. This is a really nice one because you can hold on to the foot, and what this does is it opens up the calf at a super deep level. And you can actually use your fingers to walk them up and down the foot if this feels good to them. And then we'll go ahead and slide our outside leg to the inside of their leg, crossing it over the body. It's a little bit of a tricky technique, but once you get it, it's very easy. We'll go ahead and sit on the inside of their thigh from here. So the same sitting position, but also check in with them because this could be a tender spot. We'll go ahead and bring that leg back over, and we'll start to work on the right leg. Beginning by opening the hip and sitting on the quad. We'll go ahead and bring that leg out to an angle and then right in between your legs for the sit. Make sure that when you sit, it's directly on top of the quad. Coming back up, we'll go ahead and move that leg to our inside, and then what we're going to do is go ahead and make some circles. Opening the hip here. Using our body weight to go ahead and feel around the hamstring on the right side. Notice where it feels tight, if it's more in the adductors or more in the glute. And just play with these circles here. When you're ready, you can bring their foot to your outside so that you can begin to sit on the adductors. Finding that nice comfortable place, being mindful of your legs and theirs, asking if it feels good or if you need to move your position. What I really like about the floor is that it helps me create a more of a circular energetic motion. So I can make little circular motions. I can move more with the flow of energy, a little more sometimes than when I have a table in front of me. We'll go ahead next, bringing their heel to your hip and relaxing your hip over towards their shoulder to get them to open up their adductor. And then with your hands, just massaging their quad. When we're done with this, we'll go ahead and take that leg and bring it across the body. We can come into an adductor sit. And one thing you can do too to deepen their spinal twist is to use your upper body to sort of twist them over a little bit. I'll go ahead and come out of that nice and slow, opening the right leg. And then we're going to work on the adductor on the left side. So we take the left calf in the arms, and then we can use our feet to push the thigh open. And so just like how we palpate with the hands, I like to palpate with the feet. And this is a very common thing that's done in Thai massage and Thai stretching, is using the feet. So if you can create a 90-degree angle, finding a nice balance with your body, pulling the foot towards you, you can push that thigh away with your feet, and it will work a really nice massage into their adductors. Flexing your foot, you can bring their hamstring to the tops of your toes and then pull the leg down. So this is a really nice compression for the hamstrings. And then we can go ahead and work it in the calf as well. For the calf, I like to use the knee, but be careful because some calves can be almost too tender or too tight for this. So always check in with your partner If a knee is too much, then you can always use the foot on their calf as well. We'll go ahead and come out of this, and we're going to open up the left psoas one more time. So I just slide the right foot over the left, press my left hand into the left psoas, and lean the body weight back. I do prefer this stretch on the table because of the leverage, but the floor can work as well nicely if you get your body in the right position. So it's really just trying to create length along their IT band on the left side. We'll come back and stretch the hamstring on the right leg this time. So coming to the outside of their right leg, we'll flex their foot. And again, you can use your fingers to kind of walk down the foot. Next, we're going to come into the inside thigh opener on the right side. So bringing the feet to the inside of their leg, and then use your body weight in your hands to pull their foot towards you. So there's a push-pull sensation here. You're pulling the foot towards you as you're kicking their leg away. Now make sure you check in, make sure you're not pressing too hard or too light. You want them to feel a nice massage sensation on the inside of their thigh. And you can actually use their foot to rotate their leg a little bit and get different angles in here. And once you've done that, we can go ahead and compress the hamstrings with the feet, using the tops of the toes, pulling that leg down on top of the feet. And then using the knee for the calf, or the foot if the knee is too much. We'll go ahead and come out of that and shake out the feet to work on opening the psoas on the right side. So making sure that the hands press against the psoas and lengthen that IT band by pulling the legs across the body. We'll go ahead and come out and just work into the hips a little bit. So this is a stretch that I do all the time on the table. This time we're going to do it a little bit passively by bending their left leg and then bringing your knee to the outside of their left foot. We can actually use the ground to create leverage and go a little bit deeper and make a little bit bigger circles with that hip. And then bringing the leg all the way across the body, we can twist that spine real nice. Go ahead and bring that left arm over towards you. And then what we're going to do is open up the hip flexor by scooping their foot, coming around their body and latching their foot onto your outer hip and then grasping onto their knee. This is so nice because what you can do when you're back here is to either press your hand into their low back or gently press your foot into their low back, and you can increase the stretch. If you want to open up their pec, you can go ahead and take their arm and gently pull it towards you. This can be very intense, and that was the feedback that I got, so make sure you go gentle. We'll go ahead and bring your person back on their back, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So opening up their hip by bringing the foot up, we're going to go ahead and scoop it up and open up their low back and their glute by creating some hip circles, opening the knee with the opposite hand, and sliding forward and then making some circular motions. We'll come out of it and then twist the knee all the way across the body. Slide your body with them. And then keep their arm out to get a nice spinal twist here. You can also use the olecranon to press into the gluteus minimus. This can be super intense. And then slide their arm over towards you. And I'm going to show you how to open up that hip flexor. We'll slide our body to the backside. We'll take their foot and hook it around our hip, grasping onto their knee will sit back. Now I take my left foot and gently press into their back, and this increases the stretch like tenfold. Grabbing onto their arm, gently pulling open for that pec stretch. And sliding it back. And sliding them back. We're almost complete here. We want to go ahead and do one final little back opener by bringing their feet to your chest and leaning forward. I like to give them an even deeper back stretch and give myself a calf stretch by straightening the legs, which is nice to do when I'm on the ground. You can also bring the fists to their sit bones, and this also helps to elongate the spine. We'll go ahead and move over to the top. We'll do a little bit of palpating on the pectoral muscles. Walking the hands down the arms. We forget how much tension we hold in the arms, but it's so nice to get those arm squeezies. Up to the shoulders. And from here you can do a little bit of shoulder soft tissue work, some massage work on their neck and head. You can bring your hands to fists and press them right to the top of the shoulder and release the neck a bit. And pressing the right shoulder down and then the left shoulder will just help to decompress the head and neck. And then you can go ahead and have them hold on to their elbows. And this is one resistance stretch I like to have them do. They're going to pull down and you're going to lift their elbows back up. And this is a really good lat opener. Then you can press down on the lats. The feedback was that this felt absolutely amazing. So this is really good for people with tight lats. Have them switch arms, have them pull down and then lift up a couple of times. And then you can press down on their lats. And then for finally, we'll have them sit up, bring their hands behind their head, and then scoop the arms, the elbows, with your arms in the front, lift up and roll them down. This does take a lot of control, of core control, so make sure that you go nice and slow and don't fall back. And this is really good for chest opening, solar plexus opening, throat opening. Really good for the heart to open, the whole upper body. And roll back up. And do some tapotement at the end to complete your session. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's so fun to make this for you. Please comment below if you have any feedback, and I'll see you in the next video. Feel free. Take care.